We're by the Crock Shop GTI. This is Sam's Mark 7.5 GTI. He kindly let us use it for some development work. What we've been doing is stage 3 IS38 revisions, testing, getting the files ready for InstaTune. Pretty much wrapped up, pretty happy with the results. The car is essentially stock fueling, so stock low pressure pump, stock high pressure pump, and Sam has obviously an IS38 turbo, actual front mount intercooler, not a drop-in intake. I think that's all he's got. So we've been working on that sort of recipe. He did have a aftermarket catback exhaust, and we've done some A/B testing with the stock resonator and muffler, so this file will work for both, like aftermarket exhaust systems and then the stock catback. I can show you the results, what we've achieved, and the comparison of what the aftermarket catback does and the stock catback, and then obviously the difference between stage 2. This is horsepower, that's torque. We're comparing aftermarket catback and stock catback. As you can see, it's around 12 horsepower peak difference, but it's actually the lines separate quite early. I mean, we're as low as like 3,300 RPM. The aftermarket catback just kind of, starts tapering higher and then carries that out to a peak of 12 horsepower difference. It's an interesting result, and the reason we've done this is that the turbo control or boost control can differ, so we just wanted to make sure that the file would work for both scenarios, because realistically at this point I think most customers are going to have a pretty heavily modified car. And then if we compare that to stage 2, this is on pump 93 right now. So comparing the aftermarket catback compared to stage 2, because Sam had the same exhaust on both, stage 2 and stage 3. So we've got a gain of around 47 horsepower, 6,600 RPM, which is a real nice gain. And the IS38 kind of flattens out and carries the power all the way up to around 6,900 RPM. And then torque is very similar. This is like a 24 foot-pound torque gain, but that's the entire power band, right? It's probably, I think it's actually a little more out the back, so that's 6,500 we've got. Yeah, so like a 34 horsepower difference. So car will pull quite nicely all the way through to redline and not feel like it rolls off. So really good results. The next step for this will be MPI. Not going to see any drastic changes in figure, like peak figure in horsepower, still octane limited, but we'll see if we can improve that sort of mid-range performance with maybe we can get away with a little bit more ignition time in, we'll see, based on what we learned on the other Mark 7s. And then I think after that, I'm not sure what Sam wants to do. I'll see if I can persuade him to do some ethanol, flex fuel stuff. And once we finish with his, because his is a 18, I think, I can't remember exactly. I think his is a 2018. We'll be moving on to the blue car that we have, which is a real late model. It's a 21. It has a slightly different ECU, and we'll be doing MPI flex fuel and then bigger turbo, so like a stage 3 with our Turbo Concepts turbo, and we'll see how far we can really push the GTI platform. Catback.